Everybody, Dave here, and thanks so much for joining me. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how I put together an inexpensive multi-positional crossbow sling for my CenterPoint Amped 415 crossbow. It might be just what you're looking for as well, so stick around. So today, I'm real excited to be able to share with you about putting together this inexpensive crossbow sling that does multi-positions, which really suits my needs. But even more so, I'm really excited about doing it from my Sportsman center that I built and finally finished. You know, I put this whole Sportsman center for about $400. And you know, if you're interested in building one yourself, I take you step by step through the whole process and show you just how to do it. And I'll have a link in the description below so you can check on it and get started if you're interested in building your own. So with that out of the way, let's jump in to our crossbow sling and see what it looks like. So a couple of things we're going to need is we're going to need an Allen wrench for the foregrip of our crossbow. We're going to need an Allen wrench that is matched to this Picatinny rail mount right here. We're going to need a lighter. We're going to need a pair of scissors. We need our sling. And I have a link to this sling in the description below, so you can click on that if you're interested in purchasing one. And we're also going to need a sling mount that goes onto the crossbow itself. This comes in a pair, and these were $3.99. I think the sling and the Picatinny rail together were $11.99. We're also going to need some paracord. And that's about it to get started here. So let me show you exactly how this goes together. The very first thing we're going to do is cut ourselves a length of paracord about 3 feet long. Then we're going to make a loop in one end, just like this. And I make that loop about 4 or 5 inches. Then we're just going to simply pinch it in the middle here. And then we're going to do an overhand knot, just like this, and pull it through, just like that. And work that down nice and tight. You want to pull on the knot while you're pulling on the loop, and that's going to give us an end just like that. We're going to snip that off, and then we're going to trim it up. So now what we have is a nice loop just like this. We're going to take a lighter and we're going to ball up the ends here so they don't unravel on us. You can trim this a little closer if you'd like. And I usually just stick them together just like that. And we're good to go. All right, we need to make 3 of these. So we'll go ahead and make 3 of those, and then we'll jump to the next step. So now that we have the 3 loops done, and they're approximately the same size, they're about 3.5 inches or so from the knot to the end of the loop here. And that'll be a good size for us. I'll show you what we'll do with those in a little bit, but let me set them to the side. Next thing we need to do is get out our crossbow. Now that I have the crossbow out, what I do is I set it upside down so it's easier to work. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our sling mounts to the crossbow. We're going to attach one up here at the foregrip and the other one at the very end of the stock. The way these work is you loosen up the nut here, and then when you press them together, you'll see they open up. So what you'll do is you'll press it together, just like this, and then you'll turn this one so it's 90 degrees. Then it's just a matter of slipping it in like that, pressing it in, pulling it down so it lines up with the pin, and just like that you're in. Then tighten this up so that it's not going to open up on you accidentally. And it just sort of keeps spinning. That's how you know you got it. And that gives us a point where it's going to swivel back and forth and give us a little more freedom. So we're going to attach one here, and then we're going to attach the other one on the end of the tailstock. All right, with the sling mount attached to the end of the stock and above the forearm, we're ready to attach our loops. And so we'll just take those. Now the reason we're attaching these loops is because if we were to attach this metal directly to this metal, and I'll show you here right now, you're going to have a metallic sound as this moves back and forth. So by putting the loops in, what we're going to do is eliminate that. We're actually going to be creating a sound deadening system here. And to do that, it's very simple. We're just going to put the loop through, and then we'll stick the knot through the loop like this, and just cinch it down tight. And that's it. Now what we can do is take our sling and clip it right in here in the loop. Just like that. Now there's no more noise. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place these loops on each part of our mount. So we'll have one here, we'll have one up at the foregrip, and we'll have one where we mount the Picatinny rail mount, where I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So if I take the mount, you can see I have the forearm grip set exactly where I want it, but this doesn't quite fit in here. So I'm going to have to move this up one set of grooves so that I can get this into this groove right here where the Picatinny rail fastening bolt is. These will only work if they're in a groove. These bolts have to be in a groove. And right now it sets right on top of this ridge. So I'll just move everything up one groove, and then this should fall into place pretty good. So this is why we need our Allen wrenches. So what I'll do is I'll loosen up the screws, and these have to come completely out in order to move the rail up one. And so what I'm going to do to make it easier is just move the rail up, but not attach it until the mount is in place. Okay, so I'll take these bolts out, and I'll just slide it up there and let it set. Alright, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and moved this rail up just slightly so I'd have room to put the Picatinny rail mount right here. I've added a loop right here. I have one up front and one on the stock as well. And so the only thing when you mount these, you just have to make sure the bolt goes in a groove. That's why I had to move this forestock up a little bit just to have clearance to put that in there. And you also want this back as far back as you can towards the receiver here, because you want the bow to balance down. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Now it's just a matter of hooking on our sling right here, and I'll show you the different positions that we can utilize with it. Okay, what's nice about having a single point attachment for the bow is you can notice it's hanging directly down. My hand is resting right on the pistol grip right here. And so if I'm on stand, either standing up in a tree stand, or if I am on the ground as well, this bow is pretty much in the ready. I can take my hands, put them in my muffs if I want. I can, cross my arms. I can have a drink. I can do whatever, and that bow isn't going anywhere. I don't have to worry about it sliding off my lap or having it hung up someplace where it's going to cause a lot of movement to get it and possibly spook game. So this way my hand can just slide right on the foregrip, and then the bow can come up gently just like this, and I'm good to go. Now the other way, the other thing about this is if I want to walk forward, it's kind of clumsy having it in front. Walking, all I need to do is just take it, slide it around the back like that, and I'm good to go walking through the woods. So that's one way we can have it. The other way is just by undoing the sling clips right here. I can clip them on the front. And there's a combination of ways you can carry this. Again, I can carry it sideways like this if I want to. I can have it directly across my lap and, again, bring things up. It also makes it rock solid for steadiness. So I can do that. I can also take the clip off the middle and hook it on the end, just like this. And then I have a rear sling. I can take it off. and I can just sling it over my back or over my shoulder both ways like this, and I'm good to go. And so this is fully adjustable, this sling. If I want to carry it one way, I can shorten it up. If I want to carry another way, I can lengthen it. And so it really comes in quite handy to have this. I often sit with a bow across my lap in the stand. So by doing this, it allows me to not worry about dropping it. It's always accessible to me, easy to come off. And again, this has a adjustment right here, as you can see. So that's my sling mount, and I wanted something that would be fully versatile, and I was able to do this for under 20 bucks. Guys, thanks so much for joining me today, for taking time to hang out with us. You know, if you're not subscribed to our channel and this is the type of content you've been looking for, I'd really encourage you to click that button and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you'll be up to date on all the videos as soon as they come out. Hey, let me just leave you with this thought. You know, I have a sling on my bow now simply because I want it to be able to be accessible to me at all times. I want it to be attached to me. And you know, whether we realize it or not, God is accessible to us at all times. You know, you may be going through a hard time, you may be going through some struggles in your life, but I want you to know that God is not far from you. And you know, if you're in a situation where you need to reach out to Him, He is only an arm's length away. In fact, He watches over you and He cares for you more than you could ever know. And you know, He desires deeply to have a relationship with you. And if you're not sure about how to go about having that relationship, I'd love for you to check out my free book for you. It's called Growing Deep. It'll walk you through a little bit about my life, and it'll walk you through the scriptures and share with you how you can have a deep relationship with God. And not only that, how you can walk with Him on a daily basis. Hey guys, thanks again so much for joining us, for hanging out with us. And until next time, remember, God loves you more than you could ever know. So until the next one, don't forget to get outdoors, and God bless.